Greetings, salutations, and no. Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. I was going to be reviewing the new John Anderson and the Band Geeks album, True, but then I watched the Prog Corner yesterday. He did a review of this album, Scott, and he's basically like an expert on prog, or so he seems to think. And so, I started watching it, and it's like, what am I even doing on YouTube? Because, you have a reviewer of Scott's skill and intelligence. It's like, what am I going to just say? Like, I like this album. The songs are good. That's my review, basically. So let's watch Scott's review of the new John Anderson and the Band Geeks True album. I had to change it up a little bit so that Scott doesn't copyright my channel for copyright infringements. So here we go. And I'll comment on what I think of what Scott says during his review. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's the expert because he's the prog king of YouTube. Here we go.
Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am Scott, and today,
He's really hyped up today.
putting Charisma Month on hold because, a certain icon put out an album Friday, and it's getting a whole bunch of attention, and a whole lot of people are talking about just how great this thing is. Well, just like a fine wine, Don Anderson's voice just keeps getting better and better, it seems. It's absolutely insane.
I do agree. John Anderson, I forget his age. He's, 79 or something like that. His vocals are excellent on this album. Here we go. Continue on. Scott will tell you more. He's the prog expert.
So he dropped this thing called True with the Band Geeks on Friday, and people are freaking out.
Well, and make sure you subscribe to the Prog Corner.
Came out on Frontier, and I got bone to pick with Frontier. Well, I don't know why I had to get, like everybody else. Like, I didn't get an advanced copy. They don't seem to care a whole lot about the Prog Corner, but that's all right. We keep.
Oh, the guy wants a free copy of the album from the record company. As if. I don't get free stuff on my YouTube channel. Who do you think you are? I bought this.
Reviewing their albums and they keep ignoring us. Maybe we'll have to fix that at some point. I don't know. John Anderson, you guys know who he is, and I've been really, really excited of late because he's put out two really good albums in the last 8 years. There was 2016's The Invention of Knowledge with Roy Nostalt from Flower Kings, an awesome album. We're still waiting on part 2 of it. Just like we're still waiting on part 2 of Elias of Sunhillow. And then in 2019, he put out 1,000 Hands. Again, we're waiting on part 2 of this. It'll probably never happen, but this was a cool record. And then, John decided he was going to do some stuff with Anderson, Wakeman, and Raven, the ARW thing that went on, touring concurrent with the Yes Official. And then he went on.
Anybody as bored as I am listening to him? Why doesn't he get to the album review?
Tour with the School of Rock Kids, Paul Green's Rock Academy, and then he hooked up with these guys, the Band Geeks, who are
I'm surprised he didn't do the whole history of Yes before doing the album review.
Band Geeks. What's going on here? Well, the Band Geeks started out as like a podcast doing covers, and then they went over on YouTube and kind of exploded. They've got like 16 million views on their YouTube channel. It's Richie Castellano's YouTube channel.
I've got more views on my channel than that. I had one video on Dailymotion that had over 30 million views. It was a comedy video called XXX Video. A lot of people were disappointed.
So people are definitely interested in what they're doing, and if you listen to any of those Yes covers that the Band Geeks did, just amazing. Who are the Band Geeks, you ask? Well, that's a good question. It's obviously Richie Castellano. I can't a lot of people know because he's been in Blue Oyster Cult for like 15 years, and a big reason why their last album, The Symbol Remains, was amazing. And Andy Graziano plays guitar. He's absolutely incredible. He can play like both like.
Hey, just spit on me. Hey, Scott, calm down.
Steve Howe and Trevor Rabin, which is kind of important in this gig. Andy Escalise plays drums, he's outstanding. And you got two keyboard players. You got Christopher Clark, who handles a lot of the synths and stuff like that. And Rob Kipp does the hand organ. I can see like a hand organ specialist. And I was a little upset because I'm a big fan of their female vocalist, Anne-Marie Nacho. And I didn't hear anything about her being on there. She's all over the album backing vocals. She's amazing. So yeah, you got the whole band geek crew in tow here. And I've been hearing a lot of people saying Andy Edwards proclaimed this was the best jazz album since 90125. And I heard other people talking, this is the best John Anderson solo album ever.
Well, for me, I'm going to mention this is maybe not his best, but I love the first three John Anderson solo albums, Elias of Sun Hillow and Animation and Song of Seven. I think Song of Seven might be my favorite, actually. But this is right up there. And I'll give you my rating just after Scott gives his rating, because he's the prog expert.
Way better than Mirror to the Sky. This is the true yes. Hold your horses, Kimosabi. We're not quite there yet. It's a very, very good album, and I'm going to be breaking it down here for you guys in just a minute. But, the elephant in the room here, I'm going to have to dispel some rumors here right quick and just put up on the screen John's Facebook post from the early 2000s where he describes and explains how he quit Yes. No, he did not get fired from Yes. Yes, he did get really, really ill, and the band had a big old tour plan, so that was obviously a source of tension within the band, but he did get better, and he did want to come back in the band, but he wanted to come back as a 50%er, right? He wanted half, and at the time, the band included guys like, I don't know, Chris Wire, Alan White, Steve Howe, and they said absolutely not. So there's the Facebook post that John did. For all you people that think that John got fired, didn't.
He's just rambling on. I don't even think he knows what he's saying. It's just a bunch of jumbled words together.
Happen. Just wanted to set the record straight. Back to True. It starts out with a fantastic song called True
Oh, we're finally getting to the album review after 10 minutes.
Messenger. It's like 6 minutes long, and this is definitely going for that 70s Yes feel. You got mandolin and B minor. You got a lot of weird keys here, so I'm guessing there was some key manipulation to help John along, because you've got songs in B flat, A flat, B flat.
Nobody cares about the B flat and the A flat. Like, 99% of us are not musicians, Scott. You're always trying to impress us that you know how to play the guitar. And you were in a band.
Guitar players wrote this stuff, man. Guitar players don't write in E flat or D flat. Come on, give me a break. John's voice sounds really, really good. This song here was written by John Ritchie Castellano and a guy named Janie Dunlop, who wrote all the South Park soundtrack music. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Synth sounds real good. Rickenbacker bass is just amazing on this track. Very modern, very cool middle section. Some tasty Hammond organ from Rob Kipp here. Some great soloing, and then as the song ends, you get like a Trevor Rabin thing. So this song is like a great marriage between Yes West and a classic 70s song. The next song dispenses with the 70s entirely. It's called Shine On, and it's 100% Trevor Rabin era. Yes, actually so much so that my mind started to flow into Trevor Rabin's album Rio, which has like similar callback type of feel to it. Definitely got a 90125 vibe on this track. I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, 90125 might have sounded like this if Chris Squire had actually been engaged and interested in music, because he was half asleep during the 80s. Yeah, way too many drugs there. It's got that lead it kind of sound on the vocals, very high energy. Like I said, maybe like Chris Squire was awake during the 80s, but also maybe if Trevor Rabin was in the band during the latter era, it got that kind of feel to it. Song was written by John and Ritchie. Good track. Next up is the 10-minute long mini epic called Counties of Country. This thing was written solely by John. I think it's the only song on here that he's got a sole songwriting credit on. Starts with nylon string, kind of make you think of like Magnification or Key Studio era stuff, complete with a really bad Rick Wakeman sounding keyboard patches. Absolutely. Got some.
I didn't notice a bad Rick Wakeman keyboard patch. I don't know. These people that think they're musicians. I think every song, I love every song. I think my favorite at the moment might be, I've only played this 4 times. I think my favorite so far is Counties and Countries. But there's a couple of longer, prog epics. One is over 60 minutes long, Once Upon a Dream, and it's excellent. Lots of great bass work on this album, reminding you of Chris Squire and guitar solos. And John Anderson is an excellent voice. Even the quieter numbers, he's maybe more of a fragile voice, but still, he sounds excellent. Superb. 10 out of 10.
orchestrations on here that takes you back to like time and word, or magnification, or maybe this is John Anderson poking at Steve Howe's using the orchestration on the last couple albums, I don't know, but you got a boom, 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 kind of and you and I rhythmic pattern in here that's really, really great. As the song progresses, you got Steve Howe sounding solos, Rick Wakeman sounding solos. Oh man, John's voice sounds so good on this track. I love this song. The melodies are strong, the band's inspired and energetic. Apparently this was the first song that they recorded, and maybe that explains why the drum sounds a little bit better on this track than the rest of the album, and also might explain why John's voice sounds better, because he sounds very, very good on this track.
John Anderson sounds great on all of the tracks, Scott. Get the wax out of your ears.
A couple other songs, his voice sounds a little bit ragged, including the
He doesn't sound a little bit ragged.
next one, which is called Build Me an Ocean. It's a 3-minute like piano ballad. This thing was written by Jimmy Hahn and John Anderson. Jimmy Hahn, oh man, you're taking me all the way back to Union and those two Arc of Life albums that Jimmy Hahn was involved with the latter-day members of Yes and Dave Berzer and stuff. What's Jimmy Hahn doing on here? John's voice doesn't sound great here at all.
John's voice doesn't sound great. I don't know, like, sounds good to me. Getting mad.
But the acoustic guitars sound really good. And once the song gets going, there's a real nice acoustic guitar solo that I dig. Yeah, it's an A flat. Again, you know, what guitarist rates an A flat? Yeah, give me a break.
Okay.
Next up is a song called Still a Friend. And this was the biggest surprise on here because after Build Me an Ocean, I was kind of sort of starting to get out of this album because the first 3 tracks are just amazing. Really, really good. And then we got to this one here, Still a Friend. This was one that was written by the Band Geeks. And then they sent it over to John. So I guess Andy Castellano, Richie Castellano, Andy Ascolis, and Christopher Clark get songwriting credit along with John Anderson. And his one just sounds like a band song. It's just so frenzied and energetic, really cool rhythmically. A lot going on here. Real staccato rhythm here in D flat minor here, and then as you get into chorus, it shifts over into like a D that's implied, but the chord progression is going E flat.
Oh, who cares about the E flat, Scott? You're going to turn off 99% of your audience because they're not musicians.
C to D, great energy. The chord progression
Not everybody's a Phil McCracken on the guitar.
fantastic. I guess Andy's playing a Gibson ES-175 here, which really zeroes in on that mid to early 70s.
I'm getting a headache right here. It's weird.
Steve Howe kind of sound. It's just great. You get a little acoustic break towards the end of the song where it's just the acoustic guitar playing chords and John singing. Sounds amazing. There's more key changes on this song than Kentucky Fried Chicken has wings. Absolutely.
I've never had wings. I know. It's weird. I've never had wings. Sue me.
Absolutely, man. It just keeps spinning around. You don't know where you're at. 5 minutes, well spent. Absolutely love it. Next track is called Make It Right. It's a 6-minute track. It's kind of 2-parter because the next song is kind of part 2 of it. And it starts out with more nylon string. And this is Andy Graciano playing classical guitar. He's playing that tremolo style. You know what I'm talking about, like Recordos de Lambra and all that kind of Villalobos type of
What's
stuff.
that?
Really cool, pleasant tune. But again, John's voice sounds a little haggard here. Maybe it's because all the touring he was doing with ARW and then the School of Rock Kid and then the tour with Band Geeks. Maybe he was just using his voice a little bit too much. But there's a little accordion going on in the background here that I like. This song might be a little bit too long. It's a nice arrangement. You got a little like
This review's a little too long.
gospel feel in the backing vocals. Like gospel meets Beach Boys kind of. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. This
Beach Boys. That perked up my ears.
song's written by John Rich and John Elias. No, we don't. No, not John Elias. Absolutely not. It's a
You know, this guy's, he did top 10 bands that he hates. You know what number 1 was? Creedence Clearwater Revival. Who doesn't like Creedence Clearwater Revival? Scott doesn't.
good song. Next up is called Realization, and this is written by John Anderson and Jimmy Hahn again. There we go with Jimmy. Yeah, you know, I was a little worried about this album seeing John Elias and Jimmy Hahn getting songwriting credits, but fear not. This is a cool song. Like I said, it's kind of part 2 of Make It Right. We're in F here. We were in F and Make It Right. We're in F in this song here. Get out of it what you want. Get out of it what you put in, John sings. And then he busts out with a woos a whole bunch of times. He's just so happy and excited. Why wouldn't you be happy and excited if you're playing this music? This music's great. I guess Richie's playing a fretless bass on here. The song doesn't really go anywhere.
This guy shouldn't have 3 cups of coffee before he does a video.
It's basically all about the atmospherics. Oh, let this be heaven. Oh, let this be life. It's a pretty song. I like it, but its main function is to lead you up to the epic, man. The 16.5-minute track known as Once Upon a Dream. This is the Band Geeks again. Richie, Andy, and Chris, along with John Anderson, wrote this. And wow, oh, what a track, man. We have an actual, real epic in Yes Land for a
Finally, yeah, Once Upon a Dream is amazing. All of the songs are.
long, long time. And I'm talking about that 15-minute mark, right? You gotta go all the way back to like, how far back do you have to go to get an actual Yes epic? I guess you gotta go all the way back to Mind Drive, right? Or Endless Dream. Mind Drive, probably. Yeah, whatever, man. But this song is so great. It starts with the strings, John chanting like
Don't worry, I'll get to my review.
Tales from Top Graphic Ocean time again. This song promises a whole bunch. It delivers in spades. But there's some darker tones here. There's some heavier moments, some rockier moments. Real cool. There's like this long, come down middle section that actually utilizes the original demos. So that's kind of cool. And Richie put the demo right smack down in the middle of the finished product and just worked around it. Very cool. As the song gets back into the main part, you get this ginormous church organ solo that's taking me all the way to going for one or maybe even close to the edge territory. Just great. And anytime John sings.
See, the difference between me and Scott for doing album reviews is I just say, the song's great. That's it. That's all you need to know. Or the song sucks.
It's about the sunrise, right? Whenever the word sunrise comes out of John
This is all just a bunch of word salad.
Anderson's mouth, I'm gonna be a happy guy. What a great track this is. Fantastic. I felt a bit let down by the final track called Thank God. First couple times I listened to it, I didn't like it, but I was wrong, man. I was dead wrong. This is a cute little...
You were wrong. Yeah, I loved it right away, the final track, Thank God. It's a really nice song that he wrote for his wife.
Song written by John and somebody named Robin Crow, who apparently is like this life coach type of inspirational speaker who also writes songs. So sounds like he and John found a soulmate there. This entire song is basically the scale, the D major scale, right? It starts on D and then it goes to E and F sharp and then G.
Here he is again, E sharp, like I'm gonna swear. Frig.
And then A, it just follows the whole chromatic or diatonic scale all the way through until we get to another part where it starts on 2 instead of starts on 1, and then you got pretty cool chord progression turnaround. That's a 6 to the 5
Nobody
4,
cares.
which is C, and then back to the 5, which is A. Real cute turnaround, real nice chord progression, beautiful little song. I absolutely adore it. So I was dead wrong about Thank God. Really
You were.
great song.
You were
But what's
wrong.
my score on this, man? If you look at John Anderson's solo career, it's not that impressive, man. It really isn't. So if you're gonna call
It's more impressive than your videos, Scott.
this is the best John Anderson solo album of all time, there's really not a whole lot of competition. Honestly, I'm only looking at Elias of Sandillo as its only competition, and Elias is perfect. So clearly this isn't as good as Elias. So,
And not to get off topic, but this guy, he's the prog corner, right? He has one album by Can, Tego Mago. He doesn't even have Future Days or Monster Movie. You got to get all of the Can albums, Scott. Sorry.
comparison needs to be with the Mirror to Sky, and honestly, I did my score independently, and wouldn't you know it, what's my score gonna be? It's the exact same score I gave Mirror to Sky. I'll give this puppy 8.5. I think it's really, really strong.
8.5? No. I give this a 9 out of 10. It is as good as the later Yes albums that I feel are very underrated, like Magnification, the Key Studio tracks. It's like, if you love Yes, you will love this album. It is a 10 out of, no, not a 10 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. It's right up there. It's almost like up here, but it's just there. And on further listens, it might be up here, but right now it's right there. It's a 9 out of 10, not an 8.5. What's a 8.5? Stupid.
Really like this album, great deal, but I just can't cotton with that album cover, man. I don't know if Run Fierce wants to give me a copy, maybe I'll have it. I don't know if I
He's still whining about the record company not giving him a copy of the album. Go buy it yourself.
can buy it, man. I just don't. I don't know if I can buy that thing. The album cover's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. I know it was John Anderson's daughter that did it, so maybe I should cut her a little bit of slack, but maybe I won't.
What a
Because that's what
whiner.
I do here. Anyway, guys, we preempted the Choose More review.
I never
Tomorrow,
whine.
a brand new album, The Dawn of
I
Bogota.
drink wine.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, this thing's terrific. I love Too Smart. Anyway, guys, that's tomorrow on the channel. And then Wednesday we'll do something else. I have no idea. We'll just play by ear. It's the Prog, man. I do whatever I want. Anyway, guys, peace in the Middle East. Free Tibet. Free the Ukraine. Free William. God save the king. Save King Chucky. Oh, yeah, King Chucky needs your saving right now. He absolutely does. Bring that boy to America, because I hear he needs some good doctrine. Bring him to America, and we'll lay some hands on him. Oh, yeah, the spiritual healing of those healing hands of believers. Oh, yeah, and then we'll do the spells and incantations. And our prayer warriors are working 24/7. Oh, King Chucky got the case. Oh, we gotta say that. I'm surprised for the king. And then we're gonna drink some poison. Brand new poison for you. It's Mountain Dew Spark. Let's see. Oh, that didn't do it. You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna fix that boy up. Hey, Billy Brown, get me them snakes. Oh, yeah, here they come. Oh, we're dancing with snakes, boys and girls. Oh, yeah, we're King Chucky will be saved. That snakes ain't gonna get us. No way, they're not gonna get us. The Spirit of the Lord is in me. The Spirit of the Lord is in you. And I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.